The passenger who got off at the wrong stop. From the depths of the horror box comes this chilling tale one that warns against offering rides on forgotten roads. Some passengers choose their own destination. I drive rideshare part-time to cover bills. Late nights, quiet passengers, easy money. The rural routes pay best long fares, few drivers. One foggy Thursday, pickup request came from a dirt road off Highway 19. No houses for miles. Pin dropped in the middle of nowhere. I accepted anyway. Surge pricing. App showed name. Sarah. Profile blank. I arrived. Young woman stood waiting under a broken street lamp. Long coat, small bag, hair covering half her face. She climbed in the back seat. Door shut softly. Gave an address 20 miles away. Old farmhouse marked abandoned on maps. We pulled onto the highway. Fog thick, headlights barely cutting through. She sat silent, staring out the window. I tried small talk. Long night? No answer. Just faint breathing. App pinned halfway destination. Changed. New pin. A cemetery 10 miles back. I glanced in the mirror. Seat empty. Door never opened. Windows up. I pulled over fast. Checked the back. Nothing. Seat dry. No bag. App still showed passenger and vehicle. Fare ticking up. I canceled the ride. Reported glitch. Phone buzzed immediately. New request. Same blank profile. Pickup location. Current spot on the shoulder. I declined. Drove home fast. Next night, no rides accepted after midnight. At 2:14 a.m., app notification anyway. Ride started automatically. Passenger name, Sarah. Pickup, my home address. I stared at the screen. Location pinned exactly on my driveway. Car locked in garage. House lights off. The fare began running. I deleted the app. Smashed the phone. Bought a new one next day. Different number. First night with it. Notification at 2:14. Ride request from Sarah. Pickup. Inside my house. Address listed as my bedroom. I didn't accept. But the doorbell rang softly. 3 times. Through the window, fog rolled in thick. A figure stood on the porch. Long coat. Hair over face. Small bag in hand. Waiting, I backed away. Lights stayed off. Footsteps circled the house slowly. Stopped at the back door. Soft knock. My exact rhythm when I come home late. I haven't driven rideshare since. But every foggy night, my new phone buzzes at 2:14. Request from Sarah. Pickup location changes each time. Closer to where I am. Last night, it showed the kitchen. I was standing there when it pinged. The back door handle turned slowly. Locked, but turned anyway. She's patient, learning my roots. And the fare keeps running, even when I don't drive, waiting for me to accept. One last ride. The hitchhiker who knew where I lived. From the depths of the horror box comes this chilling tale one that warns never to pick up strangers on empty roads. Some passengers already know the way home. I drive home the same back road every night after my warehouse shift ends at 11. 30 miles of nothing, no streetlights, no houses, just fields and trees. Rain started pouring last Tuesday, wipers on full. Visibility near 0. That's when I saw her. Young woman on the shoulder, thumb out. White coat soaked through. Hair dark, plastered to her face. I pulled over. Felt bad leaving her in the storm. She climbed in quietly. Water pooled on the seat. Smelled like wet earth. "Thank you," she said softly. Voice calm, almost familiar. Asked where she was going. Just up ahead, near the old Miller farm. That's 5 miles from my house. We drove in silence. She stared straight ahead. Hands in lap. I glanced over once. Her reflection in the passenger window looked off, paler, eyes darker. Radio static crackled. No stations out here. She spoke again. You take this road every night. Not a question. A statement. I nodded slowly. Yeah, after work. She smiled faintly. I know. The Miller Farm turnoff appeared. Overgrown driveway, abandoned years ago. Here is fine, she said. I stopped, turned to her. Seat empty. Door never opened. Windows still fogged from my breath alone. Engine idling, rain hammering the roof. I drove home fast, locked doors. Checked the truck seat dry now. No watermarks. Next night, clear weather. No rain. Halfway home, figure on the shoulder again. Same spot. Same white coat. I sped past. Didn't stop. Rearview mirror showed her standing still, watching. Wednesday night, same thing. She appeared closer to the road. Thursday, even closer. Friday, I took a different route. 40 minutes longer. City highways. Still saw her, standing under a street lamp miles off my usual path. Thumb out, I gripped the wheel tighter. Kept driving. Got home safe. Checked locks twice. Saturday, didn't drive. Stayed in. At 11:47 exact time, I'd normally pass her spot doorbell rang. I froze. Peeked through curtains. No one on the porch, but wet footprints led up the steps. Small, bare feet. Stopped right at the door. I backed away. Called a friend to stay over. He arrived an hour later. Footprints gone. Porch dry. We laughed it off. Watched TV late. He left Sunday morning. That night, I heard soft knocking. My bedroom window. Pulled curtains. She stood outside. White coat dripping, though no rain. Face pressed to glass. Eyes wide. Mouth moved slowly. Let me in. I know you're home. I dropped the curtain. Called police. They searched. No one. No footprints in the yard. Officer said probably kids pranking. I haven't driven the back road since. Take the long way every night. But she waits at different spots now. Always closer to home. Last night, knocking from inside the house. Closet door. Soft. Patient. I haven't opened it yet. But the wet footprints appeared on the hallway floor this morning, leading toward my bedroom, stopping at the foot of the bed, waiting for me to wake up, like she knows my schedule. The customer who ordered the same thing every night. From the depths of the horror box comes this disturbing tale, one that proves some orders should never be filled twice. Some customers never leave. I worked the late shift at a 24-hour diner on the edge of town. Graveyard hours, mostly truckers and insomniacs. Same faces, same orders. 3 months ago, a new regular appeared. Always at 2:47 a.m. exactly. Man in a gray suit, tie perfect, face unremarkable. He sat in booth 5, ordered black coffee and pie. Apple, no ice cream. Paid in cash. Exact change. Left no tip. Left at 3:15 sharp. Next night, same time, same booth, same order. Word for word. I joked with the cook. Clockwork guy. He smiled politely each visit. Never spoke beyond the order. 1 week in, I noticed he never touched the pie. Coffee untouched too. Just sat staring at the plate. Steam rising. Food cooling. I asked if everything was okay. He nodded slowly. Perfect as always. The routine continued nightly. Same time, same booth, same untouched order. I started watching closer. His reflection in the window didn't match his movements. Delayed or missing entirely sometimes. The cook laughed it off. Late shift eyes. One slow night, no other customers. He arrived as usual, ordered the same. But this time, he looked straight at me. You've been here a long time. I shrugged. Few years. He tilted his head. Longer than that. I wasn't hired until last year. He paid. Left at 3:15. Next morning, manager showed me old security tapes. Found footage from 10 years back. Same booth, same man, same order, same time. Every single night. Manager said the guy died in a crash outside the diner. 10 years ago exactly. Body identified. Funeral held. Yet there he was on tape. Clear as day. I checked recent footage. Same man. Same untouched pie. Last week, I called in sick. Stayed home. At 2:47 a.m., my phone rang. Diner number. Cook's voice. Your regular is here. Asking for you. I hung up. Unplugged the phone. This morning, a to-go bag sat on my porch. Black coffee. Apple pie. Still warm. Receipt attached. Time stamped 3:15 a.m. My name on the order. Not as server. As customer. I haven't gone back to the diner. But every night at 2:47, my doorbell rings. No one there. Just the smell of fresh coffee drifting in, and a plate on the mat. Pie cooling. Waiting for me to sit down. Like always. The night shift nurse who stayed behind. From the depths of the horror box comes this haunting tale one that reminds us some shifts never truly end. Some caregivers never clock out. I took the night shift at the old community hospital to make ends meet. 3rd floor, general ward, mostly elderly patients. Quiet after midnight. The other nurses warned me about room 312. Empty for years. Patient died during a procedure. Bed stripped, door kept shut. I laughed it off. Hospitals always have ghost stories. First week, nothing unusual. Vitals checks, medication rounds, charting under dim lights. Hallways silent, except for monitor beeps. Then the call light for 312 went on. Red bulb glowing at the nurse's station. Steady, insistent. I checked the board. Room unoccupied. Light must be faulty wiring. I flipped the switch off. Bulb stayed lit. Walked down the hall anyway. Door closed. No sound inside. Pushed it open. Bed empty. Sheets flat. Dust on the side table. Light bulb at the station went dark as I returned. Next night, same thing. 2:17 a.m. exactly. Call light on. I ignored it this time. Focused on real patients. But the bulb pulsed faintly, like breathing. 3rd night, I answered faster. Door creaked open on its own as I approached. Room cold, breath visible. 4 poles standing in corner, though none stored there. Call light shut off the moment I stepped inside. I backed out, reported to supervisor. She shrugged. Happens sometimes. Old building. The calls continued nightly. Always 217. Always 312. Patients started mentioning a nurse in old-fashioned uniform, checking on them after midnight. White cap, soft voice. None of the night staff wore caps. Haven't for decades. One man in 310 swore she adjusted his pillow. Said her hands felt ice cold. He passed the next morning. I reviewed security footage. Hallway empty. Yet the door to 312 opened and closed alone at 2:17 sharp. No figure visible. The whispers began then. Soft, feminine, from empty rooms. Time for meds. Turn, please. Almost done. Always gentle. Always calm. I started wearing earbuds during rounds. Music low. Anything to block it. Didn't help. Voice came through anyway. One quiet shift, all patients slept. I sat charting at the station. Call light for 312 blinked again. This time, the intercom crackled. Her voice clear. Need assistance in 312. My name followed. Full name. No one else on the floor. I froze. Looked down the hall. Door to 312 stood open. Light inside on. 4 pole visible in the doorway. Rolling slowly toward me. I grabbed my bag. Clocked out early. Called in sick for a week. Hospital reassigned me to days after that. But last night, working a double on another floor, the call light board lit up. Room 312. Third floor empty now, closed for renovation. Bulb glowing steady, and the intercom whispered once more. Welcome back. Shift starts soon. I haven't gone back to nights, but my badge still scans. My name's still on the schedule. And sometimes, driving past the hospital after dark, I see a light on in 312. Curtains moving slightly, like someone watching the parking lot, waiting for the next night nurse to arrive. The neighbor who borrowed more than tools. From the depths of the horror box comes this unsettling tale one that shows how a simple favor can open doors you can't close again. I bought the old fixer-upper house 6 months ago. Quiet street, big yard, perfect for starting over. The neighbor next door seemed friendly enough. He waved the first day I moved in, introduced himself as Carl. Older guy, always tinkering in his garage. A week later, he knocked and asked to borrow my hedge trimmers, said his broke. I handed them over without thinking. He returned them spotless 2 days later, thanked me warmly. The borrowing started small after that. A wrench, extension cord, lawn mower once. Always returned clean, always with a smile and small talk. Then the requests grew stranger. He asked for my spare house key, in case of emergency. I laughed it off, said no. He nodded like it was no big deal. That night, I heard faint clicking at my back door, like someone testing the handle. I checked nothing. Deadbolt secure. The next morning, my hedge trimmers sat on the porch again, though I'd already gotten them back. Clean, sharp, dew on the blades. I knocked on his door. No answer. The borrowing continued anyway. Items appeared on my porch I'd never lent. My flashlight, garden gloves, even my coffee mug from the kitchen counter. All returned before I noticed missing. I installed a doorbell camera. Motion alerts started pinging at odd hours. Footage showed Carl walking my yard at 3 a.m., carrying nothing, just looking at windows. He'd stop, stare, then leave. I confronted him politely, asked him to stop coming over at night. He smiled wide. Just checking on the house for you. I changed the locks that weekend. Monday morning, my new key sat on the kitchen table. Inside the house, door still locked. No sign of entry. The borrowing escalated. Personal things now. My journal from the knitstand, returned with pages bookmarked. My phone charger, left plugged in on his side of the fence. I caught him once on camera carrying my laptop bag toward his garage. He returned it hours later, battery fully charged, files untouched, but new bookmarks in the browser searches for my name. My old addresses, family photos. I called the police. They spoke to him. He denied everything, said I must be confused. No proof of break-in. Case closed. That night, power went out on my side of the street only. Generator hung from his garage. My doorbell cam died. Backup battery drained. In the darkness, soft knocking at the back door. 3 taps. My rhythm. I stayed silent. The knocking stopped. Morning light showed every borrowed item lined up neatly on my porch. Plus one new thing, my bedroom pillow. Still warm. Indent from a head. I moved out the next week. Left most stuff behind. New apartment. Top floor. Secure building. First night there, a soft knock at the door. I checked the peephole. Empty hallway. On the mat outside, my old coffee mug, clean, filled with fresh coffee, steam rising, and a note in familiar handwriting. Welcome home. Need to borrow anything? I haven't answered the door since. But sometimes, late at night, I hear faint tinkering next door, like someone fixing things, getting ready to return what he borrowed last. the delivery driver who knew my name. From the depths of the horror box comes this unsettling tale one that turns a simple knock into endless dread. Some deliveries bring more than packages. I order online a lot. Groceries, books, random stuff. Same driver usually shows up for the evening drop-offs. Friendly guy, always quick. 3 weeks ago, he rang the bell and said my full name. Not just the last name on the label first and middle too. I froze for a second. Maybe from the order details, I thought. Thanked him and closed the door. Next delivery, same thing. Evening, Michael James. Smiled wider this time. Lingered a moment before leaving. I don't remember giving my middle name anywhere. The packages kept coming. Always him. Always at dusk. Always using my full name like we'd known each other for years. I started checking the tracking. Driver listed as system. No name, no photo. One night, I ordered something small on purpose. Waited by the window. He pulled up exactly on time. No company van this time, just a plain dark sedan. He walked to the porch carrying my box. Rang the bell. Package from Michael James. Voice calm, familiar. I opened the door a crack. How do you know my middle name? He tilted his head. You've told me before. I haven't. He handed over the box. Light, like always. Left without another word. Inside, nothing ordered. Just a single Polaroid of my front door taken from where he stood moments ago. My hand visible holding the door open. I dropped it, ran outside. Car already gone. Next evening, no order placed. Yet the bell rang at the usual time. Through the peephole, him standing there, empty-handed, smiling. Special delivery, Michael James. I didn't answer, backed away slowly. He knocked again, softly, 3 times, then silence. I checked the app. No pending orders. No history of tonight. But a new notification appeared. Delivery completed. Signed for by Michael James. I didn't sign anything. The knocks stopped after that. Days passed with no deliveries. I started relaxing. Last night, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. Text message with a photo attachment. My bedroom window from outside. Taken while I slept. Curtains open just enough. Caption. Forgot this one, Michael James. I pulled all curtains shut. Checked locks twice. This morning, a package waited on the porch. No order placed. Plain brown box. My full name written in marker. I haven't opened it yet. But faint scratching comes from inside, like something shifting, waiting for me to accept delivery. And sometimes, late at night, I hear a car idling outside. Engine off, lights off, just waiting for the next order that I never placed.